Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Let's Talk Houston Rockets. I am KG Kris Gardner, co host, owner of the Houston Roundball Review, co owner, and the host of this show. Been around going on 30 years of the Houston Roundball Review. That applause you heard, one more time. Everybody, Rocket fans, I know y'all been doing this since I heard the news. The Houston Rockets have agreed to terms or will hire Ime Udoka as the next head coach of the Rockets. I'll put it out there. This question from Thomas Riddle. Everybody, I think we all know the answer. How you feeling, everybody? Brandon Thomas, where you been? We missed you on Saturday with me and Jackson Gatlin. Missed 33 wins. But yes, everybody, how y'all feeling? And of course, if you missed Saturday's show, go watch it. Not now, of course. But Jackson and I both said that Ime Udoka was our top choice for the job. We also both doubted that this would happen because we believed that Toronto would move in and hire Ime for the job, but Tillman said no. And Ime Udoka will be the next head coach of the Houston Rockets. Looking forward to it. And a side note, the last few minutes, I've been chit-chatting with his sister, who she and I go back to her days with the Houston Comets. And I reached out to her and I just asked, I wonder if she'll be coming to Rocket games. And she said, yes, I'll be there. So I was on radio with my mentor, Ralph Cooper, within the last half hour. And I mentioned the time she was on the show with Ralph that I invited her to be on that show. And she remembered those days. That's almost 15, 20 years ago. So it's a small world. I've known far longer than I've known Ime. So it's a small world. Looking forward to all of this. Folks, y'all don't know who I know. I'm just saying, y'all don't realize who I know. So it's great. I'm looking forward to it. Have not heard anything about when the press conference will take place. No word yet from the Rockets media department, but looking forward to seeing him. I'm not sure if Fawn will be there for the press conference. I need to ask her if she'll be there. But this is a good day for the Rocket fans. Looking forward to it. Everybody seems happy. Is there anybody who's disappointed or pissed off that it won't be Frank Vogel or Sam Cassell or Nick Nurse or anybody else? So, hey, who does not like the hire? And you can say your piece, and then I'll give you a buzzer. But Ime Udoka will be the next head coach of the Houston Rockets. And I'll be there. I'll be at the press conference. I will be at the press conference. I'll share this news. My car that was stolen was found and is now being repaired. So I should have my car back within a few days. So good news all around. That means not another car note for a while because the brother couldn't afford a car note for another 4 or 5 years. But I digress. Ime Udoka is the next head coach of the Houston Rockets. No Salt, thank you for making it, 3 days in a row you chimed in on the Houston Roundball Review. Appreciate that. This is great news for the Rockets, great news for the fans. I think it's good news for the organization. Salute to Tillman for pulling the trigger, getting it done. When you know you believe you got the right person, why wait? And that's one thing Rafael said. When I asked him about the coaching, if he had a timetable for a hire, he said, if you got the right person, make the hire. We're not going to wait long. Why wait if you don't have to? So salute to the organization for getting it done. Everybody's happy. Doing an electric slide, because the head coach. Excited. I'm kind of curious to see who's going to be on the staff and if he'll retain anyone from the current staff for this clean house. Like, I kind of think he will. I'm quite certain that his ending with Boston will be asked by some of my colleagues. I say some, but a few colleagues will bring it up. And Ime has to know that, has to prepare, has to know that already. And look forward to him how he answers it and how the media department will ask him to answer it. So it is, everybody says this is exactly what the Rockets needed. It's great because he's will hold the guys accountable. They respect him because he got ring with the Spurs, led the Celtics to the finals. So it's great on a lot of different levels. So one more time, D Skills, I see you here. Well, let me ask KDC, because it may not be me, it might be other colleagues, but what hard hitting questions do y'all want asked? And if it's not me, because obviously it's going to be a full house with media, so we might be limited to asking just one question and give everyone a chance to ask their question before we get a chance to ask a second one. So, what would you like asked? And I'll ask. I ain't afraid. So y'all know I'm not scared to ask any questions. But let's see. Anything guys ask about his past, national media, we'll probably have some national media attend at the press conference. So I'm not sure if it'll be this week. Eco, I haven't asked Eco, haven't contacted him yet to if he knows, if he's heard anything about when the timetable is for. Let me see if I can reach out to somebody real quick and see if there's any word on the press conference. What is his vision for the offense? That's a safe one. Somebody will ask that for sure. Stay focused on. Come on, B. That's not going to be an issue here. That won't be an issue. Let me see real quick. Let me just type this up real quick. Send this text message and see if I get an answer. Y'all, Tim, come on now, Tim. Look at this. Y'all got jokes now. Y'all got jokes. Y'all got, oh man, y'all got jokes. Let's see. Let me do this real quick. Any word on press conference? For coach. All right, one moment. It's live streaming, so just bear with me, folks. That's probably kind of rude. I know. I'm sorry, but just kind of curious to see if I get an answer. And look at y'all, boy, y'all being petty, man. Look at this, man. Got a high Mrs. Stone, Miss Stone here. Him and James going to nightclubs, booming again. Man, y'all must be in a good mood. Y'all must be in a good mood. All right, let me see. No one's crossed any boundaries, but let me see. Okay, so no word yet on a press conference yet. So that is from someone I know and trust. So not any word yet on a press conference, but of course, when everything is official and the press release is sent, we'll know and go from there about the press conference, and I'll be there and get that taken care of, and look forward to talking to him and introducing myself to him. Heck, I saw him like a long time ago, met him a long time ago. But but yeah. Oh, Corey, man. It's a great organization, man. This person I trust this person does not mess around when I send a text. So can't say that about everybody in the organization. But I digress. And hey, it's not quite late now with KG, but if you got the cup, salute. Ask him what he likes about the roster, what needs to improve. Definitely, I'll try to ask that question because we all know Mark Berman was going to try to be first. We all know that. No shit on Mark. But he'll probably want to be the first person, him or Fagan. But let's see. But anybody curious? Okay, Brandon wants to know about how he feels about the structure of the team. What he'd like to implement for the defense. I think one of my questions, I want to know if he's going to keep anybody on the staff. If he has anybody in mind for his coaching staff. And that's probably my question first, because some of the questions that will be asked, he will give kind of, generic answers because it's a lot of things, a lot of unknowns. He can say he won't badmouth any of the current players. won't be overly critical of any of the current players. You'll probably see, y'all know how press conferences go. It's a feel good event for the person, the organization. So won't be a lot of earth shattering comments from him, but we're going to ask questions anyway and then let him answer how he wants to answer. So this is a good question, good comment here. I'm waiting to hear about the contract terms and the money. He put in another question real quick and see how long it takes to get an answer here. But again, this is live. We're talking Houston Rockets with the Rocket fans who Rocket fans are happy. They're ecstatic about Ime Udoka being the next head coach of the Houston Rockets. Let's see. Terms of the money. Let's see. Trying to type it. For. All right. That question might take a little long to answer, but I'll put it out there. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Ime's a head coach. Yes, he is. Parameters. Yep. 4 years, $8 million per. Brandon, I'm hoping you're saying $8 million per. Because not 4 years total, not 8 years total. Excuse me, $8 million total. Let's see here. There you go, Steven. I was waiting for this one. Of course, this would be tampering. So if he can't comment on anything like this. Any current players on other rosters, nothing like that will be mentioned publicly on record. Nothing of that sort. Now, maybe off record with no recorders in our hands, we might do that. So to pick his assistants, will he interview them? I hope Ime will get practically 100% say in his staff. I hope. I'm not sure that'll happen. I don't know that. But I hope he will get the final decision in assembling his staff. And we shall see. I might kind of phrase the question that way to him. Will he have total say in putting together his coaching staff? I might phrase it that way for a question for him. So we'll see. 5 to 8 million per year. 8's probably kind of high. 6 or 7. He won't be hurting for money, So 8 probably kind of high. Let's see. Steven was getting 4, so more than 4, for sure. Dacia Nix, salute. JB, thank you very much. And no salt. You were part of yesterday's show on Folks Talking Sports. So folk who were new to watching or tuning in tonight, and if you missed it, I'm running regarding the press conference. Nothing yet. No one so far here on this edition of Let's Talk Houston Rockets has had this reaction. So it's been all cheers. Everybody's happy. So, Brandon, I'm saying I'm talking about how much say will Rafael Stone have? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm wondering. So, I'm serious when I say 100%. That's what I'm saying. Rafael might. What about so and so? I want Ime to say, hey, these are the guys I want to talk to, or women I want to talk to, and I'm making the decision. Let Rafael talk about the money part of it. Okay, we can pay them this. That's what I'm talking about. Rafael can talk about the money for the coaches. I want Ime to say, nope. I want to interview these folks, these who I want to hire. and then Rafael and Tillman and Patrick can hash out the money. So 35. Well, let's ask. I know Jackson. I think Jackson was doing a Rockets watch on his platform. Oh, Brandon, there you go. See, there you go. There you go. Because I asked him the ideal scenario and wins, even with Udoka as a head coach. Jackson was, y'all remind me, Jackson said for the Rockets next year, with the two veterans, solid veterans, and winning the lottery, so that's Wemby, Udoka, and two solid vets, he was around 30 wins on the high end if it was Ime or Nick Nurse. If the Rockets get James Harden, then 35 wins and maybe a little bit more. So what do y'all think about that if you did not have a chance, if you have had a chance to watch Saturday's edition of Let's Talk Houston Rockets with me and Jackson Gatlin from Locked On Rockets and Locked On NBA. Brandon, are you going to stick with 33 wins or go higher with you? And of course, let's pump our brakes a little bit because May 16th isn't here yet. That's the date of the lottery. We'll see if the Rockets win the lottery because clearly if they do win the lottery, that's still going to be Wembanyama, period. Okay. So, Brandon, you're going to stick with it, all right? 33 wins. All right. You're not going to go higher, though? See a sleep arc even going 35 now. All right. Okay. Well, we'll see. We shall see. And, of course, it's just April, so we don't know who's going to join the team via free agency, trades, or anything like that. Any moves that take place this offseason. I will say this. I am very certain of this. Ime, as the head coach of the Rockets, is a big deal around the NBA for the players because he is still very, very highly respected. So that is a big deal. His hire is a big deal. It's a big plus for the Rockets. JB, I think, for the most part, we're going to wait. We can have fun making predictions on wins and losses now, April, May, June, draft time in June, but then free agency, all that. And we can do a final predictions in the preseason training camp before the season starts and just go from there. So your final prediction before the season starts. But right now, we just talk about stuff. We're just having fun, just for conversation. So, see, Tim saying 42 and playing. But we'll see. We don't know who's going to be here, who's going to join. But Boban, there will be changes to the roster for sure. Boban won't be here. I doubt that highly. If he is, I doubt that. No. Rockets hire a veteran big man to take Boban's spot. And that veteran big will actually play, I think, consistently. But we'll see how it goes. How it's going to impact. Because if the Rockets bring in veterans, depending on who they bring in, and of course, draft-wise, that's going to impact Josh Christopher. It's going to impact Ty. It's going to impact probably Daisha Nix is probably gone. It's going to impact Jayshawn Tate. So a lot of that. Jaylen Brown could be enticed to come to the Rockets. There's a lot that could happen between now and the start of the season. Let me see here. No word yet from my answer about my question about the salaries. But again, if you are just now joining, I reached out to Ime Udoka's sister, and she will be at the games. She's looking, obviously, it's her brother. She thinks the hire is a great hire, but I've known her since she played for the Houston Comets moons ago. So we've kept in touch, and she was part of the Nigerian women's national team as well. So we go back a long way. So I'm looking forward to seeing her. That's a good question. Oh, okay. Let's discuss this one. Trae Young. How many of y'all believe Trae Young would be a good fit here? with the Rockets. The Hawks, it was shot down. It was rumored that the Atlanta ownership said, open up the ideas, is okay with the ideas of trading, blowing it up. But then that was shot down when management told Trey, you're not going anywhere. You'll be here. You're not going anywhere. Steven says, Sleep says, nope, don't want him. Patrick says, no, thank you. Brandon says, Trae Young, oh, hell no. So, all right, one more time. Brandon, this is for you, if I can put it up. So all of y'all are saying to that for Trae Young, no. Or even better, Trae Young is the wrong answer. So, all right, y'all, nobody wants Trae Young. All right, D Skills says Trae Young. It needs to stay in Atlanta. Dutchkin says Daryl attitude is shit. This is my show, so I can say that here on my show. Nobody wants Young whatsoever here. Trae Young can stay where he is. Or let's not be a Rocket. Let's put it like that. All right. Let's see. Anything else? Any other? I'm going back and forth between my social media platform to see if I'm getting answers from folks I just reached out to. So that's what I'm looking down at my phone. All right. John Doe says, hell no. Nobody wants him. Okay. Let's see. Who else? Any other? I think Jaylen Brown would be everyone's, or you guys, number one choice if the Rockets could acquire him. H-Town's finest. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Great to see a few new names, but a lot of family members here, regulars, family here on the show. I'm kind of curious. It seemed Jackson does not believe, well, Jackson believes the Rockets need to upgrade the point guard spot. Clearly. I think that's Terry. Here it is, man. Right here. Salute. So, upgrade the point guard spot. Big man, small forward. Small forward, I think I'd be okay with KJ Martin on a good deal. I still maintain if the Rockets win lottery, at least for a year, Wemby, Jabari, and LP up front. Let's see how it works. And then, if it doesn't work, then you probably have to trade LP. But if the Rockets get the second pick, Scoot Henderson, according to Jackson. I'm a little bit leaning still toward Brandon Miller, but getting Scoot Henderson still makes a lot of sense. Beyond those three players, I think, can help the Rockets next season. I'm not going to say immediately because there's still a learning curve for rookies. Beyond those three, I'm talking long-term guys. You can trade down for, trade the picks, move down. Even Cam Whitmore and Amen Thompson, all those guys. Yeah. No, just wait on those guys. And Rockets need help right now. So, H-Town's finest, we shall see. Who knows? Will it get Udoka? Will it help? Will it improve the Rockets' chances of getting Jaylen Brown? We shall see. Ime is going to hold him accountable. The young guys will respect him. I believe with all my heart they will be better defensively. And I think the offense will continue to improve. The team, it's not official until the press conference and all the signing and stuff, but point blank, the Rockets are now better with Ime Udoka as head coach. Period. His hire alone, in my opinion, makes him better. Period. It's up to Rafael to assemble the talent. Mike Will, how are you doing? So I have not, come on now. You Rockets, you tampering now. Rockets have not made offers to any free agents. None of that has happened. None of that. So a big time offer for Cam Thomas, they should. But the Rockets have not done any of that. That's tampering. Anything of that sort done publicly? No, 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 no. You can't do that. No. But I think Cam Thomas tops the Rockets list in terms of signing him. He's a strict free agent. And Brooklyn has to decide what they want to do. Do they want to blow it up? Cam Johnson. I'm sorry, not Cam Thomas. Yeah, Cam Johnson. Cam Thompson buckets. Yeah, but he's not a Rocket. No, nothing. Cam Johnson for sure. Yeah. But the Nets have to decide what they want to do long term, short term and long term. So it's just Cam Johnson will be all right. Cam Johnson or Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown will cost more. Jaylen Brown's a better two-way player, right? But yeah. So what do y'all think about that? How much of a difference is it between Jaylen Brown and Cam Johnson? Just asking. I clearly believe Jaylen Brown's a better player, but I'm curious to get your thoughts on how wide is the gap. A lot. KDC says a lot. I think so too. Yeah. Two-way player, do more, a bigger bag, skill set is much deeper. Yep. But I will say this though. Cam Johnson does cost less. He will cost less. I'll say that. He will cost less. Question, will Ime's presence here really convince or help convince Jaylen to come to the Rockets? The Celtics are a championship caliber team now. The Rockets aren't. Even if Jaylen Brown came here, how quickly? All right, I'll ask it like this. If the Rockets win the lottery, get Victor, how are you going to give me your front court solutions there? Because if they win the lottery, they are going to draft Victor Wembanyama. Where would you fit in Jaylen Brown? Somebody got to go. Who's going to go? Who would go? And then how? Let's go. Jaylen Brown and Wemby are your core. Then who else? Who else part of Jalen Green? Is Şengün gone? Is Jabari gone? How would it all fit to make the Rockets still a contender for the championship? Just a question. Yeah, But clearly Jaylen Brown would be the starting small forward. And this is if the Rockets win the lottery. So, but these guys, where is it? Jacob and those guys, that's the bench guys. I'm asking about the starters. Because I'm looking at Jabari and LP. One of them got to go. If the Rockets have Wemby and Jaylen Brown, Jabari, Rockets just got Jabari. Then you're looking at Şengün, right? Got to go, right? So are y'all good with that? In that scenario, Rockets win the lottery. They will draft Victor Wembanyama. I know there's some folks on here who don't believe the Rockets should draft Wemby. They're going to draft Wemby. They're going to draft Victor. No question. Pray for Vic. Y'all know it. Pray for Vic. But Brandon, at some point, everybody got to play. At some point, and I'm not talking about in October, November, December, long term. Rockets can't pay all these guys. Jalen will be on a huge contract. Jalen Brown will be on a fat contract. Jalen Green, at some point, will be on a fat contract. Jabari, Wimby, at some point, will be on a fat contract. BLG Speaks, new name. Thank you very much. Bringing LP off the bench. Thank you. I said that for a long time. Because if you bring Şengün off the bench, you've upgraded your bench. One of the main points the Rockets need to do, and will do this summer, Rafael, is upgrade the roster. They got to upgrade the roster. And who was it? Brandon, here you go. Here's one person right here. He doesn't want Wimby. So there are some folks on here, and some colleagues I know, who don't believe in Wimby. Not a lot, but there are a few. And the sleep art, Victor can't play every game, correct. And then we're going to add in this other possibility. Mr. Harden. Starting five of Harden, Jalen Green, Jalen Brown, Wimby, and Jabari. A lot of money, boy. That's a lot of money. That's a good number of wins. Şengün, Tari, KJ, veteran point guard, veteran off the bench. That's a lot. Okay, no salt says, I am not praying for Victor. All right. Rim protector. Let's see. So we got some division in the family. Some folks who do not want Victor Wembanyama on the Rockets. Well. But James loves Houston. James Harden, that is. He has a reason to come to return to Houston. In addition to the money and the clubs and the nightlife. I have not heard any change of anything definitive that he would not return to Houston. Majority of the fans don't want him to come to Houston. But Tillman is Tillman. Tillman likes stars. I believe Philly is James's best chance to win a championship soon. But we shall see. See, just as Randy Miller fits well. But in the ideal scenario, all right, Just, do you want Jalen Brown now or Brandon Miller? Long term. Because obviously Brandon Miller is not Jalen Brown right now. But Dinwiddie, Green, Brown, Smith. Let's put this up right here. For fitting reasons, scooting Brandon Miller sounds nice. But if the Rockets don't get the first pick, that is, yeah. May 16th. May 16th, we're going to have and I'll do a show after the lottery. And then Jackson agreed to come on that Saturday after the lottery on May 16th. So that's, May 20th? Yeah, 20th. So we'll discuss it specifically on May 16th, once you know where the Rockets land in the lottery, to get a better idea and talk about, if the Rockets are first, they're going to do this. If they're second, they're going to do this, that kind of stuff. So let me see here. Got something. Well, goodness gracious. All right. Some shaking my head news right there. But anyway, nothing about It's about the Cougars, not the Rockets. Let me see. Yeah, May 16th is the date of the lottery. And then May 20th, Jackson will be back on. Is that right? Yeah, May 20th. Yep. So, yeah, put in your calendar, Brandon. And see, the lottery, I think, will take place at halftime of a playoff game. Either, I don't know if it'd be 7 or 7:30. I don't know. Around there, something like that. Uh, oh, no, it was, Corey, it was about an award show. It's nothing big. It's for the teams. Fred VanVleet. Brandon, do you want Fred over Harden? I'm asking. I'm more and more. I'm going to just toss things out for discussion. Salute, everyone. Cheers. Um, but yeah. All right, let's put it out there for everybody. Fred VanVleet or James Harden. Better fit. Fred will probably cost a little less. Brandon says Fred over James. Ace Town says might be time to unload those picks. Put it for Star Platinum. No, it does not really add fuel. No, it does not. We're all talking hypotheticals because yeah, we have no inside info that Boston would do that yet. No, we're just talking. No. So, Brandon, you're kind of in the minority regarding Fred over James Harden. So, and that's a good point too. Well, Draymond. I mean, James will put a lot of miles on those legs here with the Rockets. He's not a young man either in terms of minutes in the NBA. So let's see. But for the most part, I still take James out of those two. If you ask me to pick, let's see. Fred was born in '94. Wow, really? Is that all? Man, he's not even 30 yet. Wow, man. Wow. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Fred. I think he probably cost a little less than James, but I like Brook Lopez. Slim Boss, I mentioned him when I was on radio with Ralph Cooper about an hour ago now. He's one of the guys I mentioned. Be a good fit, good backup, veteran big man for the Rockets. Defense, 3-point shooter, adds a lot, experience, winner, all those things. But yeah, I think he'd be a good choice for the Rockets. Would probably have to pay a little more. I'll be kind of curious. Now think about it. How I doubt it though. Would Ime's presence here help the Rockets in terms of not having to overpay for any free agents? Because the Rockets prior, because we don't know how Ime's impact will have, but prior to this, the Rockets still have, we're not a destination team for top tier free agents. It just, let's be honest, they weren't. We'll see if that changes or begin to change. The perception begins to change with Ime here. So, Brandon, Gohan says, absolutely not. But Brandon says won't cost as much as James. Rather overpaying a trade for Tyus Jones, David says. And put that up there for everybody right there. How about that? Okay. All right, David. Well, who would you want the Rockets, or if you're the Grizzlies, who do you think the Grizz would want in return to trade Tyus to the Rockets? And go on. I think, what do I think about that? Trae Young over Fred VanVleet. And go on. I'll ask you, in a sense of talent, in a sense of younger, better player, what? So just curious, your thoughts on that. Uh, it's a terrible team. Yeah, KDC. I agree. That's why I'm wondering how much would or does Ime's presence would it help to lower or mitigate the terrible team tax now that he's here as a head coach? So, oh, them says Fred attempts to play defense. All right. Well, hey, I'm putting it out there. Okay. Just a question for the fans as well. Anybody want Dylan Brooks? That's a question I'm putting out there as well because Dylan seems to do a lot of talking, and that's about all he's doing right now is talking. BLG says, hell no to both. Trae Young would be nice. You think so? You're the first person to say that. The first person during, well, hold up. But Steven and Star Platinum, you seem to be a new visitor to the stream. So thank you very much for joining us this evening on Let's Talk Houston Rockets as we're discussing the Rockets agreeing to terms with Ime Udoka. Do you think, Star and Steven, do y'all believe Trae Young would be an upgrade or a positive for the Rockets? Let's see. Mike Will. Okay, well, Mike, I know who you're referring to. I know that. Trae Young is worse than Harden, according to Brandon. Asleep Art says he's better than Fred, but neither for the Rockets. You'd have to trade for Trae, and he sucks at defense, Charlie says. Well, that is true. And his contract is what? What is it, like 4 years, 200 plus, something like that? Something just ridiculous amount of money for him. Trae defense is bad. Take LaMelo Ball if the Hornets blow it up. Over Trae? Let's see. All right, how about that perspective? Ime would force Trae to play defense. I don't know about that. He would try. He would try, but wow. I don't know about it. I think Trae is just not a defensive guy. He loves offense. Let me see here. Red Hood, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your comment back for Jaylen Brown. Yep. We shall see what's going to happen. But Ime Udoka being here does not, as of April 24th, is not speeding up a trade for Jaylen Brown. I'm not saying that. We're talking about what if scenarios, and Jaylen Brown as a Rocket is a what if. Go on with, okay. All right. Well, clearly, for those who would take Trae Young as a Rocket, that means no James Harden. Okay. Can't have both. So for those who are saying yes to Trae Young, are you good with saying no to James Harden in that scenario? Are there some unrated names at point guard for starter? No. No. Mm-mm. Not a starter. Bench, I still like Corey Joseph as a veteran point guard, but not starter. No, not underrated. No. Mm-mm. But let's see. Who was the first person bring up Dame? Tyler, was it you? I think you're the first person to bring up the possibility of Rockets trading for Dame. Let me see. Yeah. Has Dame got to that point? Because the Blazers aren't. I mean, come on. Hell. The Rockets might be. Well, I'll say this. If Dame were here with the Rockets, they'd be better, have a better chance in the playoffs than Dame with the Blazers. That's just my thoughts. Anybody disagree with that? Dinwiddie, solid starter. That's his moment. Solo, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. Let me see. James getting old. Yeah. Bridges or James Harden. Mikal Bridges, I do not believe the Nets will let him go. But let me see. Rockets get Dame and Wemby. All right. How about this? Dame over James Harden, for sure. Y'all agree with that? And what would that involve? What in y'all's opinion would that involve for the Rockets to get Damian Lillard? What would y'all be okay with trading to the Blazers for Dame? Let's see, James. Let's see, you didn't realize that James will be 34 in August. So James is 4 years older than Fred. Man. Wow. Okay. And then, so James is 33. It's older than I thought, 32. And then Dame will be 33 in July. So Dame over Harden. Harden over, Star and Wise says Harden over Dame. KPJ would be gone that trade for sure. Tired of people saying NBA players getting old. James got a lot of miles on those legs, though. He's played a whole lot of minutes. And why does everyone want Harden back? There's a lot of folks on here who don't want Harden back. I don't want Harden back. I believe he's a short-term fix for the Rockets. But saying that I don't want him back does not mean I don't believe he could still be a Rocket. And Solo brings up a good point. The Rockets don't have to trade for James. They have to trade for Dame, trade for Trey. So keep that in mind. And we're, what we're doing right now is it's all hypothetical. It's April. Today, the Rockets have agreed to terms with their next head coach, who all of us believe Ime Udoka is a great hire by the organization. That's where this conversation started. No word on a press conference. I got that answer about 35 minutes ago. No word yet on the terms of his deal. See, KDC and Stevens, this point for sure, no question. James here, what's our tickets? No question about that. No doubt. But if the Rockets got Wemby, he's our tickets. Harden taking the back seat, because Philly has Joel Embiid. Okay. There is no Joel Embiid with the Rockets. And James is passing more. But again, it's a different team. Philly's set up right now to win and compete for a championship now. Oh, no. I don't. Not for the Rockets, no. I mean, hell, James is still a hell of a player. And he'd be a good player for 2 years here with the Rockets. But 2 years here, I mean, they'd be a little bit closer. But he's still, with the Sixers, they have a chance to win a championship here in next year. Rockets, he didn't have that. So it's a question of where he wants to be in his career and his life. If he wants to help the young guys here, be a mentor, and is okay with not having a realistic chance at a championship here for the next 2 years, 3 years, you can come here if that's what he wants to do. We respect it. If he wants to re-sign in Philly because he believes they have a better chance at a chip, respect that too. So it's up to him. And well, I don't know if Ralph has if there's a way to go back and listen to his broadcast, because Ralph said on tonight's show during my time on his show, he mentioned another reason why James would come back to the Rockets. I'm not going to say it. I was surprised Ralph said it publicly because I was told not to say it publicly. So I'm still not going to. But Ralph said it. So if you can find a way to listen to Ralph Cooper, what is it, Ralph now? KCOH 1230. I know he does it on Facebook as well, but so I'm not sure if it's rebroadcast on the station website. But Ralph gave another reason why James would return to Houston. And it is not strip clubs. It is none of those things we joked about. It is a very legit reason. So, like I said, I don't know where it is, because I know Ralph does a show on Facebook, but I don't know if it streams on the station or any of that, especially when it comes to rebroadcast. Because he's doing a show right now. He's live. Just go Ralph Cooper on Facebook. And he is let's see, KCOH 1230, something like that. But he meant it tonight on the show. And hey, if y'all find it and post it, I will comment on it. But Ralph said it, and like I said, I was told not to say anything about it. That's why I haven't said anything, because I've hinted at it as a reason for like 2 weeks, if not more. So, and Brandon, what happened? What about John Wall? I didn't hear about John Wall. I knew about Victor VO. So, where'd it go? I just put it up. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. No, WK, it's not 1430 anymore. It's like 1230, because they're no longer at the Looking Glass studio on Alameda, because that's where I put in my time at the station over there on Alameda at 1430. But Ralph streams his show. I'm just not sure it streams online at the station website. It's on Facebook. I'm not sure if it's anywhere else. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, John Wall got paid. Ain't worry about all that. So yeah. So Doc, is the show, does the show stream? Is there any rebroadcast of the show? Because that part I'm not sure of. And that's Dr. Kenyatta Cavill, the dean of HBCU sports and host of Inside the HBCU Sports Lab, which airs Tuesdays and Thursdays. And if you want to know about HBCU sports, he is the man to know. No question. It's all love. We work together on a lot of different projects. So, all right, let's see. But so I'm putting it out there. If you find it tonight, link to tonight's show, I'll comment on it. But let's just say it's family, okay? It's related to family. Let's just put it like that. So let's see. Anything else? Yeah, John's still getting paid. He ain't playing. And I saw him working out with Taylor Hendricks from UCF, a lottery pick. How about that, boy? Taylor Hendricks. First part of this year, UCF, hardly anybody knew who he was, and now he's going to be a lottery pick. And one, I want to say he was player of freshman of the week more in the American than Jarris Walker from Houston. I think that's right. 8-6, I think. But anyway, getting all over the place here. Don't see anyone picking up Walt. No, especially not the Rockets. No. All right. 33 wins. Brandon, you've already said you're not going to change from 33. I will not make a prediction yet. I'm definitely sticking with the Rockets will win more games because they have a better head coach. For sure. I'm saying that. And then based on who they bring in personnel, I'll get a better number. Make a firmer prediction. So Taylor Hendricks. Yeah, you did say that, Terry. Rockets get Taylor Hendricks. They'd have to trade down to get him because he's a late lottery pick, I think. Yeah, he's a late lottery pick. He's got a lot of upside. I mean, he's 6'9", can block shots and shoot from outside, and got to get stronger. Of course, a lot of like almost all these youngsters have to do. But he's got a lot of upside as well. Jarris Walker is stronger than Taylor Hendricks. But Taylor, that's in terms of outside shooting for the NBA, who'd have got a better shot? Not sure about that. All right. Ty's future depends on where they land in the draft. Because if they are at 2, they're drafting Scoot Henderson. If they draft Scoot, then Ty would be the backup point guard unless they bring in a veteran point guard to back up Scoot and help mentor Scoot Henderson. So it depends on where they land in the lottery. Lottery May 16th, and of course the draft in June will answer a lot of questions. And then we'll have more after the draft in June. But okay, Brandon said he's going to put money on it. So at some point, we're going to figure something out. Have a little Let's Talk Houston Rockets pool, family pool or wagers, or got to figure out how to do something like that. But for predictions, yeah, Steven, your emoji said that, said no. Cam Johnson is a starter. He becomes here, he's a starter. Starter at the 3. Jackson Davis for second pick. As in Trace Jackson Davis from Indiana. Brandon, are you talking about because of the hire? Will they get more games on TV? No. Rockets get Victor. They'll be on TV for sure. The better than in Detroit rebuild. Brandon, why don't you? Who was it? There's somebody last show who had Detroit rebuild going better than Rockets, which kind of surprised me. But what happens with Scoot if we get Harden? Like I said, it's a huge question. But yeah, Henderson goes to the bench. Yeah. Trace. Wow, Trace has a second round pick. Would he still be? I guess so. Ooh, that'd be a solid pick if he's still around in the second round. Yeah, I like that. I'm not biased. The person who said it, I was surprised that person said Detroit had a better upside than the Rockets. I was like, really? I was like, wow. So, and some folks will say it's the other way. I said it to Ralph on the show tonight. I'm sticking with it. I've said it for a while. Within 4 or 5 years ago, a year ago. So now within 4 years, I still see it. I still believe it. A Detroit Rockets NBA Finals in 4 years. I still clearly Gotta stay healthy. No question. But I still believe it. I think both teams have bright futures. And if that happens, and after Detroit beats Rockets in the finals, I'm gonna talk so much trash to all of y'all. Y'all can't say nothing to me for a long time. So, but uh, that's a lot of fun. We'd have so much fun if that ever happened. If that matchup happened in the finals, we would have a whole lot of fun. Trash talking for days, man. Because I would be a lot of junk talking right there. That'd be a lot of fun. 4 years from now, that should not be a problem. 4 years from now, uh, but hell, if that happened, that'd be so great for both the franchises and for me because of the interaction. I got friends up in Detroit, people who follow the show who live in Detroit. My love for the Pistons and all the Rocket fans chiming in. That'd be great for me, man. Yeah. So I put it out there in the universe again. So that would be a lot of fun and hope it happens. I hope that happens. So once again, if you're just now joining us an hour into tonight's show, this edition of Let's Talk Houston Rockets, Ime Udoka will be the Houston Rockets' next head coach. No word yet on when the press conference will be held. Rocket fans gave me some questions to ask. I'm certain that a colleague or two will ask about Ime's end with Boston. I will not ask that. I'm probably going to ask about his coaching staff and who he plans to bring in. But yes, looking forward to the press conference. And on a side note, but happy note, my stolen car has been found. Yes, they did. The thieves popped the steering wheel, but not too much damage. So it's being repaired, and I should have it by the end of the week. But the thieves took up residence in my car. Iced tea cans, a blanket, a basketball, cigarettes, a lot of stuff in my car. But oh yeah, Orlando's rebuild's going bad at Detroit, no question. Hell, Detroit's rebuild hinges on Kay Cunningham being healthy. No doubt. There's no question about that for sure. But if Detroit wins the lottery and gets Victor, it's going to be a lot of reversal on a lot of stuff for the rebuild. Then they can worry about trading some of their bigs and balancing out the roster and all that other things. But yeah, after they probably hired Charles Lee as head coach, I think that'll be the hire. That's not what I'm referring to. H-Town. No, that's not it at all. No. Just stick with family and we'll just leave it at that. And once again, like I said, y'all find Ralph's audio of it. We can talk about it because he says it. He says it in the show when I was on tonight with Ralph Cooper. Still Jabari over bench long term. I'm gonna stick with it because I still believe Jabari's upside defensively. Yeah, I'm not changing that. What does Detroit do if they get the second pick? If they get the second pick, they're probably going to draft Brandon Miller. He's probably a better fit for them at the small forward for Detroit, assuming everything checks out with his background. Yeah, but no, yeah, Jabari 3-point shot was trash this year for a lot of the season, but upside, I'm still sticking with him over Paolo long term. Yep, I'm not changing it after one season. No. So, but yeah, we shall see. Let's see. Troy Weaver loves his too big. He does. He sure does. But I think even that he'll balance it out because some of those Isaiah Stewart will come off the bench. He believes we'll see what James Wiseman can do a little bit, but Jalen Duren is part of the future for Detroit. And then if they get Victor, then they'll deal with Marvin Bagley and and the other bigs from there. A lot of questions up there. Hey, when you're bad, you got a lot of questions. So that needs to be answered. Killian Hayes he might come back because he won't get up good offers from anywhere else. he had like a good month this season. That's not enough to have a long-term career in the NBA. 1 month a year isn't good enough. So, but we'll see with the Rockets. Alan Luda, thank you very much as always. Alan, thank you for your support. Thank you for the contribution. Appreciate it. And the Rocket emoji as well. Folks, if you want to contribute to the Houston Roundball Review, you can click on that $ below the video. And always, of course, subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button for the videos on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. I've had content since Thursday, going back to Lawrence Sampson being on the lunch break, which airs on BS3 on Roku as part of the Houston Roundball Review takeover on Thursdays on the lunch break. And then my interview with the vice president of Big 12 men's basketball on Friday. Jackson Gatlin, of course, was on Let's Talk Houston Rockets on Saturday. We talk Folks Talking Sports on Sunday, and we're doing another edition of Let's Talk Houston Rockets this evening. So content these last few days. I have an interview with Rice head coach on Wednesday. Interview, hopefully, with a Hall of Famer head coach in a few days. Got something else in my back pocket and trying to work on as well. See if I'm picking the Lakers. We'll pick the Lakers. So that's probably wrap it up. The hire of Udoka as head coach was the main reason for this not planned edition of Let's Talk Houston Rockets. So as always, fans, thank you very much for taking time out of your night to give me your comments and your questions. It's always my pleasure to spend time with you, to talk with you guys and women about the Rockets, about the NBA. So I'm going to give you Luke. So it's my pleasure and my joy to talk to you guys about the Rockets. We'll see you Saturday because we're going to have another edition of the scheduled edition of the Let's Talk Houston Rockets for this week, probably at 7 o'clock Central Time. And Brandon, join us this Saturday. And cheers to everyone. Mark your calendars for the May Lottery edition of Let's Talk Houston Rockets. And of course, whenever the Rockets have the press conference announcing Coach Udoka or introducing him to the media, I will be there and post some clips from that. And onward and upward. Look forward to seeing his sister again, who I haven't seen in years, Fawn Udoka. So everyone, go enjoy Lakers Grizz. And until Saturday, y'all take care. Peace.